Hi, and welcome to the Garden Fix. I'm Rob, and I'm in Zone 6B, Western Pennsylvania. So today on the Garden Fix, I'm going to show you 4 different interesting and beautiful evergreens that you can plant in your garden or yard. So let's go. The first one that I want to talk about is this Black Dragon Cryptomeria Japanese cedar. And this particular Japanese cedar only gets to be about 10 feet tall. You can see that if you look closely here, the new growth comes out with these kind of light green needles, and then it turns this wonderful, rich, evergreen color. So it's also deer and rabbit resistant, which is a wonderful thing. And it does produce tiny little pine cones. Now, ours doesn't have any right now, but they are small. So this Cryptomeria also gets to be about 3 or 4 feet wide, and it does grow kind of like a mixture of cone-shaped and cylindrical. So it does stay nice and narrow. Black Dragon Cryptomeria does like to be in full sun or part shade, and you should keep it moist till it gets established, and then it does pretty well on its own. It does grow pretty rapidly. We have this planted last year. I actually did a video on it last year, and you can see in those videos that this Cryptomeria only came up to my waist at that time. So it looks like it's grown almost a foot in a year, which is pretty amazing. Black Dragon Cryptomeria is hardy in zones 5 through 9. Let's move on to our next one. All right, I'm hopping down on my knees for this little guy. This is a Eugenes Gold Balsam Fir. Now, this balsam fir is really interesting because it has yellow needles, which really attracted us to getting it. Also, it only gets about 5 or 6 feet tall max, so it is a small little evergreen. However, it is a really slow grower. 10 years from now, it should only be about 3 feet tall. So it does grow like a little Christmas tree in a conical shape. So, but yeah, it's really a small one. So this is perfect for little spaces in your garden. Eugene's Gold Balsam Fir is hardy in zones 3 through 9, and it can do well in part shade and in full sun. It's also deer resistant, and it will make a nice little splash in anybody's garden. All right, you thought that last one was small. Meet Cherryman Dwarf Hanoi Cyprus. This guy is hardy in zones 5 to 8, and it is a super slow grower, and it is pretty darn cool. I mean, look at how this grows. Now, this is only going to grow about 3 or 4 inches every year, and it kind of grows kind of like a cactus in a way, the way the limbs kind of come up. Now, most of the information that I got said that this only grows about 3 feet tall. However, I have seen some videos where some people have some specimens that reach about 5 to 6 feet tall. So I'm thinking that the 2 to 3 feet information is for people who are kind of growing this as a bonsai in a pot. And if you put it in the ground, it can grow a little bigger. However, you got to be patient with it. And this is a wonderful little plant for a little space in your garden. Perfect evergreen. The color on it reaches this kind of bluish green, and it's a real eye catcher, and people will want to know what the heck it is. Okay, guys, I'm sitting down next to our last one. This is our Christmas Jewel Holly. And again, just like all the ones we've talked about, this is evergreen and it is deer resistant. This is a little beauty. This is hardy in zones 6 through 9. And it does get red berries. However, this does not have to be pollinated. It is a self-pollinating holly. We decided to plant this out in our front, and the reason is that it is going to be the most perfect Christmas tree eventually. It will grow to be about 10 feet tall and about 6 to 8 feet wide and grow in a Christmas tree type form. And the foliage on it is a little bit prickly at the edges and has a shiny green, beautiful looking texture. In the summer, it will produce little white flowers, And this one is in its second year. I will tell you this, the first year the deer did nibble at it a couple times, but hardly did any damage, and they haven't done any nibbling on it at all this year. So it does prefer well-draining soil and loves full sun, where it does bake out here. So it can take that. We've had a really dry and hot summer, and it is done wonderfully out here. As you can see, it looks great. It does have a moderate growth rate, so that makes it good too, so you don't have to wait forever for it to grow. I would say that this plant has put on about 5 to 6 inches since last year when we planted it. And if you want a little showy evergreen for your garden or your yard, this is the one to get. All right, guys, on that note, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Comment if you want, like, join us on Instagram if you want to, and until next time, I'll see you in the garden.